In this episode, I will be replacing a servo point motor in one of the most difficult places on the layout. Stick around. Hi, and welcome to a new episode. This point motor here has started to trouble me. It was getting stuck on a regular basis and now has come to a sudden stop. I need to change the motor out, and it is not going to be easy. It's easier said than done, believe me. This is where you realize that the planning or lack of planning that you made while designing your layout, it's not going to pay off. So I think I would strongly recommend that before you design where your points are going to be, check how you're going to get to the point motors before you start sealing off. Especially in my case, luckily there is no scenery, but even like this it's going to be difficult, and I will show you why. This particular point motor and the one next to it are on the upper level. This is the main level, and I have this incline here to go from here to here. This is fixed, permanent. My hand doesn't fit in here, neither does it fit here. I can't go from underneath because I can't twist and bend and see what I'm doing at the same time. So forget trying to move this. There is only one way to do it, and it is going to cost a lot of time and work, but I will show you. To break off the track here, I can lift this up here now, but the cost was that the tracks here were looped with wires to have continuous supply to all the parts of the tracks. These are 4 different blocks, so there's 8 wires here, which I had to cut, and now I'm going to have to redesign, because should this ever happen again, I don't want to have to cut and solder every time. So the ends that I cut off, for example this here, I will lengthen it and go to the bus bar directly. So these, so for example this part of the block and this part of the block will have their own feeders going to the correct bus bar. And in the future, if I want to do this again, hopefully not, I can just lift this up without disconnecting any wires. So again, easier said than done, but it's got to be done. So the next part is removing the motor. This is what I have to do to gain access to that point motor. As you can see, I have raised the top level from one end, just enough to get my hands in there and access the point motor. When I first had installed these motors in the early days, I did not use double-sided tape. The reason I use double-sided tape is I can put my hand under there, guide the pin coming out from the top here through the hole in the baseboard and through the hole in the point. Center the fork between the rails after I had centered the servo horn, and then when it's there, I push up gently towards the bottom of the baseboard and then press hard, because once I have it in place, the double-sided tape will hold it there. It will give me enough chance to put these screws in while upside down without it moving, and I'm hoping that I can align the whole thing with the old holes that are there. So that is what I want to do, but for now I need to cut out the old motor, replace it, rewire it, and install it here, and then put it in place, after which I will have to screw the bottom part here, which is the part that holds the micro switches for the frog polarity. So, until then. Okay, finish this. Luckily, it wasn't as difficult as I expected it to be. Wasn't easy, but doable. Lucky. And now, this is ready to go down. But before I do that, I need to get rid of this cobweb here. I want to clean that up and extend the cables to have this lot with their independent cabling from the other part, so I can raise this in the future without having to do this again. So until then. Okay, so I cleaned that up and they extended the cables here. I still have to connect them, and they will connect somewhere to those over there. Those are the 4 wires coming from the current sensor device, and they belong to those 4 blocks there. That's why I want to join these there. The black is coming. I can put that anywhere. Then I will clean up this track here, connect it properly, secure it, trim off that rod there, and I should be able to run the trains after I clean up, and hopefully I will never have to do this again, but we can all hope. Until then.